Welcome to the Nevin Shapiro Show. From the U to the world, we don't play pretend. We breaking down stories they don't wanna defend. It's that sideline talk, real game, no fluff. College ball pressure where the grind gets tough. It's more than stats, it's power and code. Who run the system, who carry the load? From the locker room lights to the big time glow. Nevin and Mike, they control that flow.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nevin Shapiro Show. I'm Mike Tirado. I'm here with Nevin Shapiro, and today we are going to do our post-game of the Pittsburgh game. Miami is coming off of a very dominant 38-7 performance in Pittsburgh, and we have some implications that might get us into the playoffs, might not, but we got a lot to discuss on this episode. So if you want to know how Miami could potentially get there or potentially get left out, this is the show for you, and stay tuned for all of it. As always, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please click that subscribe button real quick. We are sponsored by K2 Water Hydration. Get your K2 Water Hydration at k2waterhydration.com. Be sure to use code NEVIN10 for your discount. And of course, as always, let's get into the action. Like I said, Miami's coming off that 38-7 victory. We have a lot to cover for potential pathways, so I want to break it into segments. Let's start with what you saw from Carson Beck before we get into everything. He's been playing incredible last few weeks since that SMU game. So what would have been your thoughts on Carson Beck?
I thought he was unbelievable. I think he's been just ultra efficient. The guy's thrown like 80% efficiency. I mean, it's crazy. He's been amazing. Other than two bad passes
on the year,
which were really, hurtful situations. I thought he was really good, man. And I think if Shannon Dawson was allowed all season to carry out this type of game plan, Carson Beck would probably be in the Heisman conversation. Truth be told, that was the best performance of our season, Mike. And I have so much, and you already know, so much to get off my chest and unpack. And the Miami fan base might be a little surprised at some of the things I'm going to say. But, man, I was really happy to see Mario Cristobal bring his fucking lunch pail and A game Saturday. That was our best performance. When I ride Mario so hard, it's because I know we got that in us. I know it. We got dudes, bro. We got dudes, and we're going to get into that and a lot of other stuff, as you know.
Yep.
You're driving the ship. But Carson Beck was outstanding. Miami as a team was outstanding. Coaching, offense, defense, outstanding. We are absolutely one of the 12 best teams in America.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to go fucking gaga on this Notre Dame bullshit.
So we're going to get into that in just a second. But speaking of dudes, Malachi Toney has been the most electrifying freshman in the country.
For me,
do you believe he should be in the Heisman
yes.
conversation?
Quick answer, yes. Is he the best player in America? I can't say he's the best player in America. There's a lot of different components that take place. Mendoza's been very ultra important to Indiana. Jeremiah Love has been excellent, although we stuffed him in a box. You can make a case for a number of guys, right? Diego Pavia was. We watched him.
What
Saturday.
a performance that was against Tennessee.
He's a pain in the ass. He reminds me of Johnny Manziel. They belong hanging out together. I love the kid. He's a nut. I love him. He don't care. I love him. He should be in the conversation. If he won it, I wouldn't be unhappy. But yes, Malachi Toney is definitively a top 5 Heisman candidate. For what he's meant to our team, the kid just turned 18. Can't even drive. Oh, yeah, you can. 16. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Kid's incredible.
He really is. Yeah. So Miami's offense looks like it was finally clicking with how the play calling's going. We look totally different since that SMU game. So now that the season's over, what is your final grade on Shannon Dawson for the year?
B.
Okay.
Should have been an A+. I don't know how much of it is his fault, what he was allowed to call or not. That being said, we see what our capacity is when allowed to utilize it. It's, man, for the fans, listen, when you guys hear me go so hard at Mario, you understand, I know we got a lot of talent and we've underachieved. We've underachieved. We're a really good team. We may be the best. We could probably win it all if we make it. We have a chance. So when I was telling everyone to book their tickets to Charlotte, that's what I believed. No excuse for that Louisville loss, and even less of an excuse for the SMU loss, in my opinion, because I don't think they're much. A B for Shannon Dawson. A lot of food left on the table.
Yeah.
Do we deserve to get in? You know, I know I have. You know how I move, so I have to move with the thought. If you would have asked me going into this game, does Notre Dame look better today to beat us than the beginning of the season? I'd say yes. Going into this week, even though I said our head-to-head still trumps anything else, projection, possibilities, potential, that doesn't mean shit. We beat them. Did they look like they were the better team? I think they did until Saturday. And now I say we would beat their ass again with a full complementary offensive scheme that we showed Saturday. We didn't beat Pittsburgh. We beat the fuck out of Pittsburgh. We stomped their asses. They were choking out. Ahmed Moten set the tone. First play of the game.
Yep. That was a huge play.
You were sitting with me. What did I say? That's how you start.
Mm-hmm.
Mario being pumped up. We're going to come back to the Mario thing with me and Mario.
Yep.
Later in the show, as you see fit. And I got a lot to say on that, which may be surprising. But, man, I just think we're definitely one of the we belong in this playoff. I wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago because we choked off our opportunity. And really, at the end of the day, and I know your position on it, and you're going to share it, but, like, we did choke off our opportunities. We have no one to blame but ourselves.
100%.
But we are definitely one of the 12 best teams in America.
Yep.
It sucks, man. People, I feel you, man. I feel what you feel.
Yeah. All right, so I have one last question before we get into this Notre Dame topic.
Yeah.
I want your final season prediction, I should say. Analysis on Corey Heatherman for the season.
A+.
Yeah.
End of story. Short answer. A+. From the outhouse to the penthouse, Miami's defense.
Really impressive this year.
Lights out.
Gotta hope we keep them.
Mike, listen, this is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. Coaches don't just 1 year and then they bounce. That's not how it works. We'll get 3 years out of him. And if he
I hope so.
If he maintains current status, he'll probably get offered a head coaching job somewhere. But after one season, that's just not how it works. But A+.
Yep.
Short answer.
All right, Nev. So Miami's in a position to where they could be the first team out. Notre Dame would be in. Can you break down everybody your factual statements about the head-to-head and everything that you want to say on this topic?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the teams that potentially could bump us to keep us from getting in. Vanderbilt, they didn't have any win nearly as big as ours. They beat Tennessee, we watched that game together. Tennessee's always been very solid, but they're not that Tennessee team of the last 2-3 years, dominant in that offensively for sure. Vandy had a nice win, and they're a team you really can cheer for because Pavia, and they turned it around. They look really good, but they're not better than us, and they don't have a win comparable to us. They have a conference that trumps our conference, but they're not in the same classification as us. We would crush Pavia. Our defense line would just annihilate them. Let's just start there. So they're out of my way. Texas, 3 losses. Don't even bring them up to me. They got 3 losses. End of story. I don't care if they lost to the 3 best teams in America. They got 3 losses. Goodbye. This is how it works, right?
Yeah.
Alabama, should they lose in the SEC championship? And I got a huge amount of respect for the SEC. And I always have, and I always will. That's the minor league to the NFL. A 3-loss Alabama team, even losing the conference championship, they should be gone. Miami walks in. Miami's huge Georgia fans because it brings the argument up. And if Auburn would have beaten Bama, we're in.
That was a big one.
I told you that 2 weeks ago.
That was a big one.
Right? Okay. So our other competition, BYU, Texas Tech's going to finish that one off Saturday at Jerry's World in Dallas. So they're going to have another loss. BYU, they're out of the mix. And Texas Tech should put it on them like they did already. That leaves us one. I mean, Duke. Is Duke going to steal a spot if they win?
No, they already said that they'd probably be out.
If Virginia gets
if they
in,
win. Yeah.
You can't fault it. That's the way it's set up.
Yeah.
And that just should make a Miami fan even more disgusted.
Yeah.
We would absolutely crush Virginia or Duke in the ACC championship. We would crush them.
Listen,
we would crush them.
Even if Duke were to win it, they could never put a 5-loss team in a playoff.
And you know why? You know why I talk about Miami crushing them? Because Miami really showed their ass on Saturday. Like I got props for them. Where the fuck has it been, man, all year?
I know.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But anyway, BYU is going to be out of the mix. So that only leaves one domino to fall. And this is for the committee. I don't know if you guys watch us or you don't, and I don't really care, but you guys are fucking tripping, man. How could you put Notre Dame ahead of us? What common-minded person? I looked at our comparison and the teams we played, likely the same opponent. The only significant difference is Syracuse. But if it's dog shit, it's dog shit. You just avoid it. You don't step in it. So they beat them 77. We beat them 38-10. They suck both ways. Right? They suck. Syracuse is they're garbage. They're a doormat. This season specifically. We beat Notre Dame head to head. It's the end of the conversation. Not only how are they ahead of us, how are they so far ahead of us?
Like multiple.
Don't tell me that this is not a rigged system. And now I got to get into it, man. Why are we in the position we're in? Well, let's backtrack. I sat down with the NCAA trying to urge them to pay players in 2010. I begged them, please, for the sanctity of the game. They never wanted to pay the players, Mike. Ed O'Bannon started the lawsuit. The lawsuit turned into the courts inevitably saying these kids should be able to earn. All right? The NCAA has never done what's good for the common good of players ever. Ever. And if Alabama were to lose a third game, they're still going to go in over us. Now, why do I bring that up again? Because the power of the SEC commissioner, Greg Sankey, is so significant. In terms of football, he's almost God. For people that don't understand it, the SEC is like the NFL. That's how, if they want a team in, their team's getting in. There's too much money there. The Big Ten is not far off, although top heavy. 2 or 3 teams.
And that's it.
Ohio State, Penn State, now Oregon, I would say. Typically you've had, and Indiana, of course, recent, but you're talking blue blood status. Oregon, I think, has played themselves into blue blood territory. But this is an NCAA problem. They got this selection situation fucked up. They've got this portal situation fucked up. They've got this coaching window carousel. How do you blame Lane Kiffin for leaving in the middle of a playoff run? He didn't have a choice. What common person out there would not do the same? Does it make him a traitor? He doesn't owe anything to the state of Mississippi. He owes it to his family, right? Not to get too far off the subject, but it is the subject. It's the NCAA. They're the problem. They need to be aborted with a new founding governing body. They're ill-equipped to run this show. 2025, about to be 2026. They're incompetent. They're stupid. They don't make sense. How do you look into the camera? How do you look into the camera and tell the people Notre Dame goes in before Miami? On what planet? Not Earth.
Right.
Tell me one thing I said that's not accurate.
No. And listen, we had a system for years where we relied on the BCS, right? We relied on a computer system for many years as college football fans. That's how it was determined.
Maybe we should rely on Martians. We have a better shot.
Yeah. But I took it a step further, and I put every single statistic for Miami and Notre Dame into ChatGPT and said, team 1, team 2. Who should win? Who should go in?
With no name.
No name. Team 1 and team 2. I said team 1 beat team 2 27-24. They say clear advantage team 1, obviously, right? Committees play significant weight in head-to-head results. Okay, team 1 had wider margins of victory in 3 of the 4 common opponents that they played. Okay, advantage team 1. Strength of schedule, team 1 44, team 2 42. Okay, team 2 slightly stronger schedule, but difference between 42 and 44 is very small, not enough to override head-to-head and common opponents. Minor advantage to team 2. Okay. Other factors did not mention any key injuries. Right. Another one, record. Team strength of schedule, 14-13. Team 1 has 1 less. We're 14 and they're 13, right?
Identical.
Advantage they still give to team 1 because it reflects win totals or ranking strengths. Team 1 has the better season resume.
And this is a true algorithm.
This is a true algorithm. Final decision. Team 1 should get in. Team 1 holds a head-to-head win, performed better against common opponent, and has slightly better overall resume. Small strength of schedule at disadvantage is not enough to overcome the most important criteria. Therefore, the committee would select Team 1 for the playoff.
A blind person with no UM, no Notre Dame. That's what you come to.
You got to take your emotion out of it.
You have to. And furthermore, now let's break it down with human eyes.
Yep.
Their best win is USC, which is a team that lost to Illinois. Very average team, right? That's their best win. Our best win is against them, who's stealing a spot from us.
It's so stupid. I just don't understand why we're. I've said
like there's like you could put me on any show in America. There's not a human being that could tell me otherwise and make me say, you have a point. No, you don't. We beat them. What? This is a 2000 University
Oklahoma.
of Miami situation. Florida State, we beat them. That's when you know the U is back. We beat Florida State. They were eating us for lunch because we had the sanctions and everything else. Shockey catches the touchdown. They missed the field goal. The U is back, 2000. We beat Florida State. They end up getting the national championship game against Oklahoma and promptly score safety and lose 13-2 to Josh Heupel. We would have blasted Oklahoma. Blasted them.
They would have had no chance.
Josh Heupel would be coaching today his Tennessee Volunteer team in a wheelchair. From what would have taken place
Reggie
in 2000.
Wayne, Santana Moss, Andre Johnson.
We're not even going into that. It's the same situation. We got fucked then, and we're going to get fucked now. And nobody really wants to see us back.
Yep.
Why do they not want to see us back?
Pure hate. There's still a lot of hate.
So, people, let me tell you why the establishment doesn't want to see us back. Today's Miami teams are paying for the absolute ass kickings that Michael Irvin, Benny Blades, Jerome Brown, God rest his soul, was pasting on teams back when. The dancing, the taunting, which I loved. Cortez Kennedy, God rest his soul. Lamar Thomas. That the tradition just kept going. Jesse Armstead, Ray Lewis, Michael Barrow saluting everybody. All that dancing. I think there's a racial undertone, Mike.
They don't like us.
I don't think they like what we represent.
Mm-hmm. They still had a chance last year at 10-2, same position with the number one quarterback in the country, and they left us out last year. You know, we did lose the last game of the year, which made that tougher, which missed the ACC again. But, you know, people are saying, well, Miami has a big money, you know, to make the playoffs. It's worth the committees to put them in for money. But then you look at Notre Dame, and are they a bigger brand? I think they're not only a bigger brand, but they are a cleaner image in the eyes of the committee.
I'd like to tell you what I think of
why.
their image. This is for the Notre Dame fans. Other than the game that you guys robbed us with Cleveland Gary's fumble, and you won a title that year, you guys have not won shit in my lifetime. So I don't know what brand you're talking about, but they're not talking about a winning brand because in that same time, we won 5 titles. Yeah, and it's been a minute. I'll take a little bit of the blame. You know, statute of limitations. Only a few years. You know, I've come hard at Mario, Mike.
Yep.
We know it. I think everyone out there who watches us knows it. And I'm telling you, I was happy to see how he performed Saturday. And I'm going to say it when I have to, when I'm wrong and when I'm right and whatever. That's what I was expecting. And if Mario can just like literally come to his ego check and let my offensive coordinator run the games, let my defense coordinator run the games, and you manage your team as an efficient CEO of your program, I think you can win. I think he can win. I really do. That's the first time, Mike, where I really felt like it was about us and not just him from his vantage point. You know, he came in here like he'd won 5 or 6 titles when he arrived, like he was Nick Saban, and he's not. He's trying to become somebody like Nick Saban, where he has those titles. And I want him to win. Man, you do not? Do I not?
Yeah, we all.
I mean,
want.
you watch. You spend a lot of time with me.
Yeah, we all want him to win.
Right?
We want the program to win.
Man, Mario, it's a mea culpa. I think you can do it. Honestly, I think you can do it. Make this your program, man. It's our program too. You didn't just build it. You're part of it.
Yeah.
Now you got the keys to the car. Holler at me, man. No one even has to know. Just, you know how to get in touch with me. This is the NIL, man. This is the Wild Wild West. And I'm fucking Billy the Kid. You need someone like that. A real gunslinger in this bitch. Dennis Smith can run around with the cash. I'll close with the dash. I got it. Holler, man. Let's get this shit on the train. Right on the track. Downhill. We won't lose. I love this program. I always have.
Mm-hmm. We wouldn't be doing 80-something episodes if we didn't care about the program. We don't just do this to blow smoke.
Who cares
and
if
do
the
all this.
NCAA likes me or don't like me? They know what my capacity is.
Right.
So do you.
Yeah. Look at all the pictures behind us. I mean, I don't know what else you need to see.
I need no introduction.
Yeah.
Mike. It is what the fuck it is.
So I want to get into this. You know, I've come out and said that I'm not going to say anything about Mario until the season was over. Now that the season's over, I have my own commentary that I'm going to share. But I first want to ask you this. What did you have to say to the fact that Manny Diaz has gotten Duke to the ACC championship before Mario Cristobal, coach who we fired?
Okay. My little instigating friend.
Well, listen.
Okay. So
I'm
going to give you the answer.
I have my own breakdown.
I'm going to give
here.
you the answer. So let me just say this. I am not ragging on Mario again. I'm not ragging on him. I won't say anything negative. If something doesn't happen, I'm going to be a frustrated fan like everybody else. It ends right here for me. So my response to that question is, I think it should serve as motivation for us to just get better and really just let's just go start to finish and do what we know we have the capabilities of doing. There's too much talent here. The NIL money is there. We can compete. So we may not have the same amount of money as the Texases of the world, but the talent we have here makes us players every year. I'm not ragging on this guy again. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to hear it from me. Whatever I said, I said. I felt that way. I saw some glimmers of optimism Saturday. If this Miami team gets into the playoffs, we're a real problem for anybody. Ohio State, Indiana, please. We're a problem for anybody. And everyone out there knows it. The last thing the committee wants or the public wants, other than the Miami fans, is Miami to be in it and return the glory. They do not want that. Because once it starts, it's not going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, if Miami gets back to the threshold, it ain't stopping. Agreed?
Yeah, it's a train.
That being said, I give you the mic.
Well, listen, I just had a little breakdown here, and I saw this on Instagram, so I printed it out. So it shows the Manny Diaz and Mario, 2 seasons at Duke for Manny, 4 seasons for Mario, 16-9 overall record for Manny, 32-18 for Mario. Conference records are 11-5 and 18-4 for Mario. And now Manny Diaz has 1 ACC championship appearance, and we have now missed again an ACC championship.
Can I say one thing?
Yep.
A week ago, I would have jumped on that dead body. But today I won't. We use it as motivation. But I've handed the mic, so finish.
Well, listen, I reserved commentary for the year, right? And I said that I wasn't going to say anything about Mario until the year was over. I was going to give him the full year, and I've given him the year. Now the year's over, so now it's my time to give my assessment. So, first of all, this is my statement about Mario. I think every fan has seen who he is. Mario's come in. He's never had an undefeated season in his career. If you look at his entire career, now he did take over FIU, which was a really bad situation. He walked into Oregon. It wasn't the best situation, but it wasn't that bad. And we already broken down before in previous episodes what he walked into here at Miami. It really wasn't as bad as people think. And he started off really slow with the losses to Middle Tennessee State. We don't need to beat that horse again, but he's never had an undefeated season. So I think as you keep going along, 1 game a year you're probably going to lose with Mario. It's just based on, that's not me talking crap. That's not me. You just look at the facts.
The pattern.
Look at the pattern. That's it. And you know what? In this landscape, you can live with 1 loss a year. True. So if he were to go 11-1 every year, that's actually not that bad because we could get into the playoff and we can make the ACC with 1 loss.
Yes.
But the 2 losses every year is what he's been a pattern, at least here so far. He's lost 2 or more games every year, and he's lost those games, unfortunately, in our conference.
To some bad teams.
Like, let's say if he would have just lost to Florida and lost to Louisville, we'd be in the ACC championship.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, the losses have come at really bad, critical moments, and that's what's really has hindered us. Miami has also never had a coach with this much resource. And the reason why you and I go so hard at him is because not only do we have the backyard of South Florida, we have the backing of the Moss brothers, and we have a lot of money behind this program to go out and get whatever we want from a coaching aspect and a player aspect. And Manny Diaz did not have anywhere near the resource that Mario has had. And again, I bring it back to corporate America. You're getting paid $8 million a year for 10 years. You have to have a bottom line. Every worker goes through a yearly evaluation with their employer. And after a year, you have to evaluate how is he doing. 4 years in, the guy who we just fired's in the ACC and we're not. That's got to mean something. It just has to.
I can't really argue with that point that you're making.
It has to.
A week ago, I would have went nuts.
Yeah.
Right. But
yes.
yeah, I can't. This is your thing. So. And
we hear a lot about his ego and dictatorship type coaching. You made a good point. It really looked like he was about the program on Saturday with how he was cheering And I just hope that that's how it changes, because we hear a lot of this stuff in the background on how he maneuvers with certain players and coaches that has been detrimental to our success here at the University of Miami. And if he can stick on that pattern of letting people do what they got to do, like you're saying, then he can become successful. I'm not saying he's the worst coach. He's been an incredible. If I have to give him 2 grades, right? A grade for recruiting, a grade for coaching, A+ in recruiting. The talent here is insane. It's amazing, incredible. Coaching, I'd probably give him a B. Maybe C+, B+, at the. I mean, I can't go into the A's. You know,
I would give him. I'd be under a B+.
Yeah, like B maybe.
No,
C+.
He's in the C
C's?
range.
Yeah,
He's underperformed, man.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, truth be told, he has underperformed.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, with Cam Ward last year, that Syracuse loss was a tough one to swallow, man. It really was. It still is. And you know, this was a, you know, maybe we do luck out and get in. Maybe we luck out and get in.
Yeah.
And I hope we do, man, obviously. But, man, we took such a bad loss. 2 bad losses. One at home, double-digit favorite, and the other one on the road, double-digit favorite. You know, just we're a much better team than those 2 teams we lost.
100%.
Much better.
And the last thing I was going to say to close out is that, and I'm looking into the camera, you guys have to take your fandom out of it, and I've said this before on the show. Miami is in a position to miss the playoffs another year. It's our fault. You can't. We should not be in a position to be talking about this team should lose and maybe Alabama should have lost. You know, this and that. Like, why are we even having this conversation? Miami lost 2 games to opponents that they were way better than. And you got to just be honest. We love this program. I want us to be in the playoff. But if we miss, you can blame the Notre Dame head-to-head situation. And I'm in agreement.
Oh, that's 100% bullshit. Yeah.
It's bullshit.
No one disputes that.
No, we're not disputing that. But that is the second point to the first point.
Right.
The first point is we shouldn't be talking about this. We should not be in this conversation. You shouldn't get to the second point.
We should be sitting at 6 or 7.
11-1.
We should be sitting at 6 or 7
Mario,
with a 1 loss.
Mario chokes off one of the games that he always does. Okay, Louisville, you lose. Great.
I agree with you.
But, like, why are we got to stop. I see it because I do all the editing. I see all the comments come in. And I'm just like, Miami fans, we got to stop with this. It's our fault. It's Mario's fault because he's at the head, unfortunately. You could say Dawson coached the really bad game. Okay, but he's responsible for who he hires. And when you're the CEO of a business, you take fault. You know that firsthand with everything you've gone through.
No
Things
question.
in your business weren't your fault, but you're the CEO, so you had to take the fucking fall.
Got it.
Right? So we got to stop. I want to see the fans take some accountability for their own team. It's our team too. Like, okay, we lost 2 games. Hopefully we get in. If we don't, we have our own selves to blame. That's it.
I will say this, and we're going to, we have enough time to plan next year, and we'll have that show months down the road, God willing. We're healthy and nothing changes. But I think it's nothing but up from here. I really do. I think, I can't tell you what I saw, but I think the choking out of anxiety has taken its toll. In other words, we keep hoping, every year it's the same thing. We're hoping something happens. Let's just control our own fate.
That's right.
Don't leave it in the hands of anybody. And one thing to the Miami fans, and by the way, I'm not in disagreement with a lot of these comments. SMU stole the game, the refs, and this and that. We're never going to get the benefit of the doubt as a team.
Don't leave it into the ref's hand.
Don't leave it in the ref's hands. That game shouldn't have been close enough to come down to penalties or the refs changing the outcome.
That's what I've been saying.
Marquise Lightfoot's late hit or roughing the passer when it was clearly the whistle, you couldn't hear it. Like, yeah, there's so many obvious situations where we've gotten jacked.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't even have come down to that. We're much better than SMU. If we played SMU today, We could beat them by 30.
They just got embarrassed. They were
By
were down by
Cal.
so much to Cal. For
Listen,
that, they made a
they
comeback,
got beat by
but
a team with no head coach,
oh,
right?
Cal is so bad.
Like that, you know what I mean?
That
So
it makes us look worse.
Right.
It
So-
really is. It's
I think we grow from this. My opinion. I haven't said it in ever. I think sometimes you just need that one situation that changes your life, and your clarity is very clear.
Right.
I think Mario realized. I think he came to his own. He said a lot of things. He's pissed off, and he should be. More of it should be at himself for allowing us to be in this position. But maybe we get lucky and we get in.
and if we do, I am in a full agreement with Nick Saban and everyone else. We are dangerous going into
No
it.
question about it.
We're healthy, and we have a line, and we have a good quarterback, and we have a really good defense.
The future is incredible, I think, for Miami moving forward. Let me ask. All right, so we have some intel. We were going to do a big recruiting show Thursday. I'm not so sure I want to do it. You and I will talk about that. Obviously, we had a couple guys in today that want to do it with us. I don't know if we do it or not. We'll see. Maybe we do it when it's over, because things could change from midnight to 3 a.m.
Sure.
It's the way it is. And I know from going back to my days being involved in that mix, and that was when it was not legal. But we got a little bit of intel. We know there's going to be guys leaving the U. What are you hearing from your sources?
Huh. Well, we know where Ray Ray's going to end up.
So there's a big indication that Ray Joseph, although nobody feels like he's worth anything locally for some reason, but you're going to show on the clips. Obviously, Nick Saban felt otherwise about him. Made a comparison and a reference to Jalen Waddle. How would anyone ever know if he never played? We're here in LSU.
Yep.
Going down the road with Lane Kiffin. Now, if that happens, what's the message? A South Florida kid that escapes to go to Louisiana
And he'd fit right
under
in
that
there.
guy? Lane Kiffin in Louisiana. Yeah, I'd be concerned, man. That's a dangerous combination. That ain't Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Things are a little bit different in the Bayou.
Higher expectations for sure.
Different in the Bayou, man.
Yeah. He's got a lot of. He just made his own pressure. I think for good reason, though. He's a great coach, and I think he will succeed at LSU. But he just upped his. He's got to win there.
You
He
just
can't
don't
lose
want,
at LSU.
But you don't want local kids now thinking that's a sexy landing.
Right.
One goes, next domino, and I'm just saying, people, not us cheering that on.
Nope.
Us just bringing it to your attention, right?
If he gets success with Ray, every little South
Well, I'm
Florida.
already. You know what we were told, man.
Yeah.
You heard what I heard.
Yes.
I made you get on the phone so you could hear it.
Yep.
Did I not?
Uh-huh.
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Okay.
Well, Nev, I think that concludes our episode for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of comments, and we will try to get to as many as we can because there's a lot now. You guys comment a lot, so we'll get to as many as we can. If you're not subscribed yet to the channel, please click that subscribe button before you leave. And, of course, as always, we'll catch you on the next one.